What's going on, YouTube? We got a fun, easy, get rich overnight. No, I'm just playing. We got a fun video. Oh, hold on. Hello. Alright, so, new little mic stand. But today, we got making easy money trading the trend. So, I've not done any prep for this video because I wanted it to be authentic and original. And we're just going to jump onto a chart. It's not going to be no staged, like I picked a fancy chart that was super easy that you can win on every time. No. We're going to look at GJ from last week, which was shit. It was awful. It's just ranging all day. But it still would have played out once things set up. So we're going to jump on over to TradingView, check out GJ, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to just trade the trend, you know? Cheers. Alright, so we got GJ here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the higher time frame, because when you're doing this, all we're going to be doing is we're going to look on the 15 or we're going to look on the 30-minute, and we're just going to look for higher highs, get in on higher lows, or we're going to look for lower lows and get in on lower highs. So stuff like this. So price does this, comes back once that high is created, and now we have that low created. We take it back up to the high, maybe leave a runner for a little bit longer, or vice versa. Coming down, price makes a low. That one looks much better too. And then we get in at the lower high, and we take it down. So that's all we're going to look for. But since we're just looking for this type of sort of like candle formation on the 15 or the 30-minute, I mean, 1 hour works too. But I've noticed the best is, for me, what I like, 15, 30-minute. They work really, really well. But there's one kind of issue with it is when this kind of stuff happens, right? If it's near a really strong level, like a nice 4-hour level or something like that, it gets a little messy, and we want to try to avoid that. So what you're going to do, we'll clear all that up. Hold on. Hello. All right, that should be better. So we're going to jump on the 4-hour. We got GJ right here, as you can see. We're going to get this horizontal line. Where are we at? All right. So we're going to zoom in. We got the 4-hour. You can start on the monthly, weekly, whatever. I like the 4-hour. It gives enough information, and if it's a big level, it's plain as day. You can see it nice and easily. So, is the mic working? Okay, beautiful. So we're going to jump on the 4-hour. Obviously make it. You can't mark zones if prices like this. So obviously, make sure you can see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we can see what's going on here. And we're just going to focus on kind of our most recent data. And we got levels here and here. So we got enough information. I would say for what's going on up here, we can maybe scroll left a little bit, and then we come into this little area. So could maybe mark this. But again, this is kind of just price came down, went up, came right through. Not a super serious level. And then up here again, got some nice resistance up there. But down here, right, so we got this resistance right here, and we got resistance right here. So we're going to do a little circle, and then just to get a visual of what that looks like on these smaller time frames, right? Oh, I don't like that circle. There we go. And then back to our horizontal line. We got some nice support here, but this wick, see how this wick comes down into here? So price isn't moving from here. It's moving from down here. And if we mark the bottom of those bodies, we'll actually put it right on the bottom of those bodies. It lines up right there. It lines up there. If we look left, we see we do line up here, and then over here, this level is just a little bit lower. So good area, and we want to know where price is moving and rejecting from right now. So that's what we got there. We're going to circle this guy right here. I'm going to circle here, here. Basically anywhere we reacted from this level, and then we'll delete it, but it's just so we can kind of see what happens on these smaller time frames when we get there. So we can see, like, if we were looking right here, if we were looking right here from this area and we see price comes up to this resistance, well, we're moving bullish. We have some strong momentum on our side. We got a high, we got a higher low. Ideally, we should make a higher high, right? So what can we look for to see how we react here to know if we're going to reject it or not? So we'll jump into the hourly. Same thing, we got our circles still. So we see we got our level here. See how we reacted here? We had big rejection. And then here, we just kind of, if you notice, when we came to this area every time, except for like right here, it doesn't look as clear on the hourly, but when we jump into the 30 and the 15 minute, we're going to see a ton of consolidation at these three. Not necessarily here. This one's going to be more so up here, but we're going to see a ton of consolidation at this level, right? So we know the higher time frame is going bullish, and when price consolidates and breaks out of that, we continue with the trend, which would be up. So, and then we got our resistance here that we had, and then this is how we reacted to it when we got to it. Again, we're going to probably see some consolidation on the 15 and the 30. We actually have consolidation here on the hourly, so this was a really good level. 30 minute. So we see, we'll start here. We see the 30 minute here. We got real messy right here. This wick tapped our level, and then this is just kind of the range we were in during that New York session. Here's the top, and if we look at these two right here, that's how we reacted both times when we came to that area. So then you know, maybe if we close above here, or we kind of do something, let's change this color, let's go blue. So we see right here, we got this resistance. Ooh, can't see that. We'll change the color again. Real quick. We'll go orange. So we see here, we got resistance, right? Right there. And then price came up to it. And just because it closed above, that doesn't mean it's breaking above. So maybe if we would have waited for price to do something like this and like this, kind of like we did over here, you see the difference between that and this when we actually break through the level. So just something to kind of be aware of how to, like this close above doesn't necessarily mean we're pulling out of it. The better confirmation would be let it pull away from it and then pull back to it. But that's how you can look at that. A little off topic, but whatever. So we see our resistances, our supports. We got some consolidation here. Consolidated, pushed right back in the direction of the trend. Consolidated, pushed in the direction of the trend. And then we finally broke out. So when you see stuff like this, there's no trade. Let it do its thing. Don't do nothing. We're going to delete these circles real quick because we know these lines are our levels, but that was just kind of a visual of how you can look to see and do a little bit of back testing or studying on your own of how to kind of analyze what's going on in terms of the higher time frame with the lower time frame. We're going to delete these. We got one over here, but we're not even going to worry about that. That's too far away. We just need to focus on what's going on right here. So when we're looking for our arrows, we're looking for higher high, low, and like that. So we see this. So if we get a close above, don't do anything. Close below, don't do anything. It's just dicking around. You want to stay out of that. But we got the resistance here, and then we see this happen. Okay. We didn't miss the move, but we're setting up to maybe get a move. And then we come back. We created a high. We got a higher low. We created support on top of that resistance here. And then price pushed up. So knowing that, we do have this resistance here that we're worried about. So we made a high right here out of this little range. Made a higher low. We could take it up to the high, secure some profit, go break even. And if we break through, we break through. If not, we're staying in the range, but we still had a nice winning trade. So all we're looking for is price to move up, down, entry, go, or vice versa, entry, and go. So we're just going to scroll through on the 15 and the 30 minute and see if we can find examples. So right here, again, this is what we were just talking about. Go back to green. Got our mess. We break out of it. See, just because we closed above on this candle right here, let me clean that up so it looks a little better. We got our range here. And then we got You got this guy closing above. Okay, that could, if you trade breakouts, that could work. I don't like breakouts; they just tend to just get real messy. You know what I mean? So I like to stay away from that. But even if we look here, kind of low, higher, high, low, higher, low, low, higher, high, higher, low, no higher, high, higher, low from the previous, and then we break out, and now we got our high up there. And then we wait for price to pull back, just like here, pull back, and there's our entry. Once we get a bullish candle, entry on the close, stop loss either under the bullish candle. I do it under the support completely, so stop would have been under there, under all those wicks. And then you take it back to the high, just like here, you take it back to the high. And if we break out, you get a nice runner. If not, you should be able to at least secure 1-to-1, sometimes 2-to-1, depending on the range that is available and that was created. So we'll keep scrolling, looking back again. A lot of ranging on GJ, so there wasn't a ton of opportunities. If you did take this one up here, you might say it's selling the high, but you have resistance over here to the left, right here. That was also kind of our resistance that London held all week until we broke out Friday. So I think that could have been sensible right there. And we'll just keep scrolling. We might have to scroll into the previous week because this is just real messy. So here, this one, kind of up at the top, price came down, made a low. It also right here, these wicks, we created a low. We came back right here, made a little support, kind of rejected these highs, and then closed underneath. And then we came down, we made our low. So they don't always look perfect, but knowing what's going on, right? So we made support, and if price is doing this, it respects support, right? So we came up, we came down, we made support. We should be pushing up. But this candle here, clear this up. This candle here closed under our support. So now we're not doing this anymore because we have done this and closed under that support there like that. Everything's still working. All right, beautiful. So now we can say we're not doing that. We're doing that. Clean that up. So price came down. We made this little high with the bullish candle. Closed bearish again. What do we do in a downtrend? We sell resistance in a downtrend. Bearish candle, confirming that we have resistance. If you waited for the 15 or the 30, both would have worked. And you caught the move down. And yeah, just classic dot, dot, dot. And if you show up to the live streams, you know we draw these arrows all the freaking time. So if we're coming down, we'll follow this down, see how it plays out. Dot, dot, and now we go up. So you see here, we created our resistance. This should be moving down. But now we've closed above. We created a high right here. We came back to that area, closed bullish, made support. We should be able to get to the high. We also got clean traffic to the left. You could maybe target that top candle and take it up there like that. Let's keep scrolling, get some more examples. Like I said, I have not gone through this. I am totally just winging this because it works. I don't need to stage charts to make stuff look good. Is like we'll scroll through, we'll find what we're looking for, and when it sets up, if we're not ranging, price works out. If you trade structure, it works out very well. And ideally, so we know from when we started, right? We looked at the higher time frame. We were bullish on the higher time frame. Let's go back and just check it, just to get a reminder. Price is moving bullish, so we know we're in a bullish sort of structure on a higher time frame. Even we zoom out from all the way back here, September 22nd, we're moving up. So what you could do is when price on the 15 and the 30 minute is making lower lows, lower highs, don't do anything. If the I apologize, excuse me. But so when your higher time frame is doing this, but your lower time frame is doing this, oh, that was terrible. Your lower time frame is doing this, that doesn't match up. So what your best bet is going to be if your higher time frame is doing this, and then you get your 15 and your 30 minute also doing that, that's going to be a really good trade to take. So sometimes, not sometimes, it's going to work if you do take the counter trend like that. Typically with the 15 minutes making lower lows, lower highs, typically that's going to be kind of the trend of where that session goes. So it's going to make sense. Like I said, if, like right here, right? Kind of making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. But we're still bullish. Doesn't mean sales aren't going to play out. Trade what's happening right now, or wait for this to stop doing this and go into this. And then you can catch buys and take it with a higher time frame. Only difference is really is you're going to get better opportunity to hold trades longer and kind of reach bigger targets. Because if you're coming down in the smaller time frame, but we're going up on the higher time frame, it's only going to come down for so long, and that's where you mark out those higher time frame levels. So you know, like, okay, we're doing kind of a little intraday downtrend for the start of this daily candle or the end of this daily candle, whatever it may be. You know, like, okay, here's a really good 4-hour level where we're still respecting the structure. This is probably where the smaller time frame should start to turn around. Let's find some more examples. So here, price is coming down. Price created a high, higher low. We went up. Again, we created a high, came back, made support. We went back and we tested the high. Came back here, we reached the same high we were at before, made a higher low to the previous. We went back up and tested the high. Price did range, so got to be careful there. Avoid that stuff. Here's another circle. What do we got here? See, it doesn't always work because when price starts to range, it just gets a little messy. These actually would have worked now that I look at it, because we did create a low. We came back up, got a little nasty, but then we came back up, resistance, and we came back to the low, lower high resistance, we came down, lower high resistance, we came down. Same thing. So you just follow the structure like that, and if you can't visualize this, your best bet is just draw your arrows. We do it every day on the live stream. Let's make these thinner so they look a little better. Do it every day on the live stream, and it just helps. Like, I like to do it it's just good visualization, good, gotta get your reps in. And mentally you'll just start to visualize this stuff a lot better, and you'll know that. Let me draw a few more and then we'll get into. So you'll know, if you notice that you're always selling, price goes against you and then stops you out and goes right back in your direction to your target, you need to just draw your arrows and then look, are you selling here or are you selling here? If you're selling here, the example I said of you're getting in, it stops you out and then continues right back in your direction, more than likely you're selling down here. You need to be selling here. So something I always tell students, people on YouTube that bring charts, all that kind of stuff is, what is going on here? Is sell high in a downtrend, and GJ is lost. Okay. So when you're looking for sells, you need to be selling high in a downtrend or buying low in an uptrend. Where did GJ go? There we go. Okay. So what that means is when price is doing this, you're buying low in an uptrend, or you're selling high in a downtrend. And downtrend is just lower low, lower high, or vice versa, higher high, higher low. And those higher lows are where you enter, and those lower highs are where we look to enter. That's all you got to do to trade the trend. Super, super easy. So one last time just to recap it. So you're going to come to your chart, you're going to mark up your higher time frame levels. Then you're just going to wait for the 15 or the 30 minute to start moving like this, or start moving like this, If it's near one of those higher time frame levels, wait for it to push through it either direction and then make that higher low or lower high. And then you take an entry and you take it to the high or you take it to the low. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Hopefully, this will help. If you guys have questions, feel free to welcome back. Feel free to DM me on Instagram, which is @tradingwithpaul_, or leave a comment on the YouTube, and I will try to answer it and hopefully help assist you in that. But that's a strategy. Super, super simple. I do it every day on GJ on the 15 and the 30 minute. Works super good. And if you like the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the live stream Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. CST. Have a good day.